Here we go, here we go. Got all of my stuff stretched out here. Not all of it I'm going to use for the APU. The other video I put out, I bring these tools because I bring overkill. These Craftsman set, one of my sons got it for me. I think it was Zach. That pink one there, I carry it in the side box all the time with me. This red one here, these big ones, I just bring it when I come do work. I keep it in the garage. There's my little kit for changing my oil and everything. It's pretty straightforward. Those little ones. Oh, here we go. Those nuts, those new nuts I got to take the skin off are 10 millimeter, and the factory ones take a T30. These factory ones, if you buy them from Thermo King, they're $7 a piece. I bought 7 of these 10 millimeter wrench, you know, for a wrench. I bought 7 of them with the washers. It cost $7 at Thermo King. I'll start buying them at the hardware store. I'd buy them even cheaper. I'm gonna kind of clip these together. I'm not gonna play it all the way through, but I'm gonna end up taking the skins off. But I will, as you can see right here, this thing was riding, and it was riding open, and it hit this. That was done before I even bought the truck. So when I bought it, as you can see here, hopefully you can see it good enough, I went and bought some metal L brackets that were pre-drilled, and I straightened them. I hammered them down and made them straight, and so that's what I did, because otherwise, see here, it's kind of worn. These stick way up, and as you can see here, right about where that screw is, just on the other side, is where it ends, and it wasn't even hardly catching. These things, if you don't have them just right, they'll just barely catch, as you can see here, after a while. And these top panels are not cheap, so instead of buying a new one, I paid less than $5 for both of these L brackets, drilled the hole through this this clip here, and then put these small lock nuts and screws on there, and works perfect. Never have another, I haven't ever had another problem with it. Which you can see here, the filter housing, the fuel filter housing, is right there in the way. See? So you just start it before you go, good to go. Anybody that's having that problem with this flapping open all the time, there's a cheap and easy solution to the problem without having to buy a whole new top pan, because like I said, those aren't cheap, and they're hard to find in the junkyard used too, because a lot of guys are running that problem. These screws, they work loose. If you don't torque them down, you ain't paying attention, that pan falls off. A lot of guys are buying those, or they just leave them off. I don't like doing that because then it gets all grimy in there. So I'm pretty much all set up to do this. So what I'll do is I'm not sure if I'll do the flex pipe first video or the service. Doesn't much matter. I'll get to her and I'll start this. I'll go ahead and get this all tore down, and then I'll go back in and I'll kind of show you some stuff, and I'll go ahead and be right back. Hell, you couldn't hear anything else but that. Turn the old key on. While I was taking the skins off, that damn thing started to kick on. I just went ahead and left it, which tells me the batteries are getting low. It's, yeah, 12.9. I'll start the old truck up. Got the old GoPro going. I hit it a couple times. I want to see if it's still going. Oh yeah. Yeah. You're gonna kind of see my you're gonna kind of see my hat come into my bill of my hat come into the frame every now and again. That's because I got a hat band, this band on here for this GoPro. Alright, I don't know if you can hear me or not, but this is it. I'm not going to touch it because it's been running for a while. That, you can see, I don't know if you can see because that flex pipe. The reason that flex pipe, pretty sure the reason that flex pipe broke is these motor mounts here. They're rubber motor mounts. These here, this here, you can't see it on the back side. It looks pretty dark, congested back here. These rubber pieces, I hadn't noticed that the rubbers on the bottom here on both sides were bad. Well, you know, as bad as these roads are getting, the motor mount on the back side broke. And then, because I didn't notice it, at some point the front one broke, and it was just hanging there. And I pretty much knew I was going to have to change that here eventually. And it finally broke here last week. In the last video, I kind of showed you guys the tools I brought. And this here, it's kind of overkill, but as far as that goes, I'm going to get this stuff out of the sun. But the reason I really wanted to bring this is because I'm not sure if this would be enough. Get that shit out of the sun. This bolt, I'm not sure I can get that gun in there. Those probably been on there the life of the thing. And this truck is a 2015, but it's a 2014. This is was installed on this truck when it was new in 2014. This truck was put into service in 2014, but yes, it's a 2015 mono. So I'm hoping I can just turn that off with the wrench, and I don't have to get in there with that big gun. Because if I do, I'm going to have to take this out of here just in order to get to that. So, but with that said, with this truck running, you probably ain't gonna be able to hear worth of shit. Get my tools rounded up. I don't want to lose them. But got a little bit of, I had a little bit of a leak, fuel leak. This is fuel. It comes down on the inside. It comes into the fuel pump. This is the fuel pump. It goes to the injectors, and this is the return line back into the fuel filter. And then this is the inlet side, which comes around. On the back side of this is the pump, and this pumps in. This is a return back too, and this pumps it in. This is a return. This is a return from the pump, from the injector pump. This is the pump that pumps it from the fuel tank into the fuel filter. And then these are the two that actually goes in for the injectors. And then, I don't know if you'll be able to see it very good, but when you're doing your services on this, you've got a screen filter right here. I'm not going to mess with that this time because I can see the screen in there. I don't know if you can see it. Here, let me get down. I didn't bring any brake clean with me, so I'm not going to open this up. You open that up, you want to make sure that you have brake clean, and then you just pull that screen out of there and spray it off real good, get it cleaned up, because it gets a bunch of dirt and like mildew or whatever. It'll suck that crap out of your fuel tank and get it in there. But I can see that screen pretty good, so I'm not going to mess with it. And when you do put it back on, make sure you get her tight, because it'll leak from there. And then you'll lose prime in your line coming in, because that it comes right in on this back side. That's where the line is going to the fuel tank. And then it comes through into your fuel pump, which is your fuel pump, your electric there. It pumps it into your filter here, and then this is your return. That goes back into your pump again. Here's your compressor. Check your belts. I've got the truck running, so it's not going to start it. And you got an on and off switch right here, which I don't have it off because I got the truck running. And then on the other side over there, you got another belt. That's for your water pump. Your oil goes here. This is your, as we just discussed, this is your fuel filter. This is your oil filter, your dipstick. As you're running, right here is your door. I can see this. You really can't, from in here, you really can't see that belt real good. If you get down with a flashlight, you can kind of see in here through here, through that door, that inspection door. You know, you can halfway see your deal. But you've only got, to take this top panel off, you got 6 screws. You got 2. These don't come all the way out. Those come all the way out. These you just loosen up so you can take the panel off. And then 1 on each side here, and this top panel will come on. That way you can kind of look in here. And then here's your air filter. That way you can look down in here and inspect all your stuff. And then occasionally, I haven't done it in a while, which I will. Before I go back out next week, I'm going to spray all this out. You take care of this, and this will take care of you. This saves us a lot of money and a lot of wear and tear on this engine. Anymore, we won't even look at a used truck. I'll shut this off. There we go. Yeah. We won't even look at a truck unless it was like from a company that puts these on. When they put a truck in service. I'm gonna get these out of the sun as well. Don't need anything happening. There's my Heidi Dog's bowls. Yeah, I know it's hot and I shouldn't be drinking coffee, but hell, damn coffee's already cold. All right. Yeah, do your inspections and everything on not just the truck and the trailer, your reefer unit or your APU unit. You keep this running, your life will be a hell of a lot better, a hell of a lot more comfortable. Another thing about these APUs, the evolution, I don't know about the rest of them. If your APU unit is not trying to start at the moment, you can shut this off and it won't send your panel up there a code. And you get done with it, because I'm going to have my hands in here and I want to make sure it's off, because I shut the truck off. I'm going to have my hands in here, and this unit here, it gives off a buzzer. Here's your buzzer right here. Make sure your buzzer's working, especially in a case like this. If that buzzer ain't working and you know it's not working, shut it off. This unit here, that buzzer will go off when it's gonna go and start. That way you know it's gonna start. I know guys that cut those because they don't want to have to hear it, which is stupid. Like right now, when I was taking the cover off, which the covers are right there, I knew I wasn't going to have my hands near anything that was going to pinch if it started, which there again, that started up, that started buzzing, so I knew it was going to start. So I made sure, because when you're down here, which I was on that bottom pan there, the big square one, you'd have your hand near that compressor there. Yeah, it could tear your hand up pretty good. There's a few things you can look at without taking it apart. You come over here and there's a fan. I don't know if you can see it or not. There's a fan right there, right here. You can see it through here. While it's running, a good way to know if your cooling system for your unit is working, stick your hand in here. There's a guard. You ain't got to worry about your, just because your fan is not going to get into your fingers. You can put it up and you can feel that air coming through here. But this is your water pump right here. This one here is fairly new. Here's your water belt. Check your water belt. And then you got your starter is back here on the back side. There's your flywheel there where the starter gets on. Kind of when you're looking at it, see if your starter, if your starter's messing up, that'll be real shiny. Real shiny. You can kind of see a little bit of shine there. That's just normal. But if it is real, that whole thing you can see silver on, something's bad, something's wrong. And if you'll know it when you see it. And then check your belt, make sure it's tight and it's not falling apart. Look down in there, you can see the like gears on the belt. And like right now, that flex pipe is broke, so it's real loud. If your unit is running a little loud, all right, camera got a little hot, shut off. But anyway, if it's running a little loud, mine's running loud, like I said, mine's running loud because of that. But if it's running a little loud, louder than normal, check this air filter here. This could be off, offset or what have you, or this could be out. If one of these are loose and it's sucking a lot of air, it'll be louder than shit. Regardless of your muffler or not, it will be loud. So check your air connections, whether it be here, or here, because it will be super loud. My other one, where this connects, there we go. Yeah, my other one, it was messed up, so it was sucking a lot of air, so I had to replace this. But I'll go ahead and stop this, and I'll get to the service. All right, we got the flex pipe changed. Got to put the new clamps on. A little different style than what was on there. I used the grinder to grind this off because I had to pound that other one off the top. They're both pretty much the same length, but I had to use and pound it off this exhaust manifold here. And then I've got to buy, I had to take these clamps off in order to get this flex pipe onto the muffler here. But in doing so, the clamps broke apart, so I'll have to go to the parts store here, and hopefully they got 2 more clamps. I just put them in there and kind of squinched them. You can see where it's got to get sucked back in. But we're all hooked up. We're all hooked up. Like I said, I used my Craftsman grinder there to cut the pipe off the bottom, because I didn't have enough room to pull that off. Besides, I didn't want to ruin anything on the bottom side because it's not as sturdy. That bottom side wasn't as sturdy as that pipe. Get the air going. That'll automatically start that. We got any soda in there? No, but we got a cold V8. Wife buys me these. Ain't too bad. V8. Ain't too bad. Should be gonna start here in a minute. There we go. It started up. Oh, hear that? Much quieter. Hear that? Yeah. There we go. I'm gonna let that warm up a little bit. Just to let that oil warm up. Yeah. Damn sight quieter. Yes, very nice. From the inside, from the sleeper, you barely hear that. The reefer unit's louder than that is. Air conditioning just kicked in. Alrighty. And that concludes this video. Go ahead and like, share, and subscribe if you would, please. And look for that next video on the service of the unit. You guys have a good day.